Hey girlies. Okay, your girl lost her voice just a little bit. I'm doing my best. How did I lose my voice, you ask? I lost my voice doing things that have to do with the entirety of what we're talking about today, because literally I ended up falling in love so much with like fitness and wellness and health and all the things that I ended up starting to fitness coach. So I coach at different places like Pilates, Legree, all that type of things. So when I'm yelling at the girls, the way I be yelling at y'all to push, go harder, believe in yourself, all the things, everything I could think of. Every time I say that, I'm probably yelling and I'm probably doing my best to motivate the girls the same way I motivate y'all. So that is how I lost my voice. But I'm coming on here to talk to y'all anyway, because I just get so many questions about my health, my wellness, my fitness, how I transform myself. The whole thing, if you guys saw the thumbnail, I went from this to this. And that was in a pretty quick span of time. I just locked in. Sometimes you gotta lock in. Maybe this is your sign. Actually just left coaching, which is why I'm still in this outfit. So yeah, and this might be the same outfit I have on in the pictures. Consistency, okay? So yeah, let's talk. First, let's just discuss why you're trying to, alter yourself or transform into something else or evolve within yourself. You have to make sure the reason, and this is a tough one. Listen to me closely. You need to make sure your why, your reason, is not rooted in anything other than self. Meaning, if it's, I need to get in the gym, or I need to lose weight, or I need to do whatever because then I think men will find me more attractive. I need to do these things to myself because then I'll be able to keep up with the other girls. If it's anything like that, if it's anything in the realm of, I need to do it for public perception, I need to do it for how they see me, how will they treat me, how will they blah 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 me. No. And you want to know why? Because that's gonna create some dysmorphia in your brain of it never being enough. There's always gonna be a girl that has the shape a little bit more than what you have, than what you want. There's always gonna be a new standard that men enjoy. There's always gonna be something that shifts, and I think that will create a lifelong insecurity of the body that you want. You feel like you never have. It'll never be enough. That can go down a really dark path really quickly, and we don't want to play like that. So your reason, your why, has to be for you. Meaning, another way to phrase that is, I need to get in the gym and I need to get healthy and I need to do these things because I want to sleep better. I want to wake up with more energy. I want to feel healthier, feel lighter, not feel as groggy and drowsy, not feel as heavy in my steps. I want to be more disciplined. I want to show myself I can commit to something that seems scary, that's uncomfortable, that's hard for me. I want to show myself I can become and transform anything at any time. Now, if that's your reason, I have nothing to do but stand. I have nothing to do but support you in evolving into a new chapter, into a new you. Personally, I feel like the caterpillar to butterfly thing is a consistent thing throughout all of our lives. I don't feel like it's just one time the caterpillar turns to a butterfly. For me, I feel like as human beings and just as beings, we're constantly doing that cycle. The butterfly happens and then we caterpillar again. You're never done growing. Why did I say that? Which just made me say that. Yeah, I support you evolving into your butterfly again. And then you'll find a new thing to be a caterpillar about, and to be a student, and to learn, and to not be the best at, and then to evolve again and conquer that again. If it is because you are a conqueror and you want to conquer a new version, a new chapter, a new thing that seems scary, I support you 10 toes down. Anything else? Absolutely not. You're not doing this for anybody but yourself, because it will not satisfy you, and I'm telling you that from experience. Okay. Moving on. Once you figure out your why, your goal, your reason, let's break that down a little bit more. For me, I had to figure out what my goal specifically was. I wanted to lean my stomach out a little bit, tone my stomach out, have a little bit more definition in my stomach. I wanted to tone my legs out to kind of lift my behind and tone my legs, so I didn't feel that there was not enough muscle there. I wanted my legs to be stronger. Overall, I wanted to be stronger. I just wanted a toned physique. I wanted to show myself I can stay disciplined to aspire to have a healthy, leaned out, toned body. Then we moved on to how do we do that? The biggest thing I realized in the journey is that it is all encompassing. When we go through this, please, word to Sabrina Carpenter, please genuinely take what I'm saying serious, because I promise you, I watched so many videos, I did so much research, I did so many things that I was like, oh my god, yeah, blah blah blah. When I actually did it, it worked. They don't be lying. They're actually not lying, y'all. They're not lying. It wasn't all a lie. And that's the gag. So anyway, it's gonna start. Let's just go through like your whole day of what your 24 hours has to start to look like for you if you want to shift your life, right? That 24 hours is gonna start with that rest. And let me tell you why before you start running. The sleepier you are, the heavier not only do you feel, but the more that your body holds on to sugars, carbs, all of those things, because it's now looking for another place to give you some energy. So if your goal is to lean out, to tone out, to lose weight, to whatever it is, not sleeping enough is going to counteract that, because your body's going to start to store the fat. It's going to try to hibernate and store all that stuff in you. And it's not going to want to leave your body because it thinks, okay, well, you didn't get enough sleep, so let me store all the things you ate yesterday a little longer to utilize that for you. No. We're starting with a good night's rest. We're also going with flushing the system out. Something that I think helped me so much in leaning out and toning was drinking a gallon of water a day. Now, please be careful with this. I would say to start with like a half a gallon or 3/4 of a gallon to see how much you can get down, and definitely space that out. But when I tell you, I think that it just flushed the fat out my system, and it came out like in my pee. Literally, like, it gets out of your system, and so it doesn't let anything linger for too long and start to find pockets to stick in. If you are somebody that drinks a lot of juice during the day, cut that out with water. If you drink coffee, I don't drink coffee, I don't drink anything like that. That I think is helpful for me because my body is not burning so much energy by being like and looking for more food and more food and more food. I don't have to do it because my body is just working on the energy that I gave it the night before. I would start to replace some of the things that you drink during the day with just water. That's it. If you need to romanticize the water and put it in a wine glass, do it. If you need a really cute water bottle with your favorite color or whatever and mantras and stickers, do it. Make this fun. I think everybody's biggest mess up is making this a miserable experience of like, this is going to suck. Words are very, very powerful. So when you tell your mind, this is going to suck, what occurs from that? It sucks. Stop telling yourself this is gonna suck so bad. This is so miserable. It really doesn't have to be miserable. It can actually be fun. It can actually be a way to get to know yourself more. It can actually be a way to be more intimate with yourself. It could be a way for you to grow within self, to try new things, to leap through fears. Like, it can actually be a really exciting self-realization process. And that's what happened for me. I feel so much closer to myself now that I've done this, because it really requires you to lock in with just you. Let's remember that. It's also a moment for you to have grace for yourself. This shouldn't be a, I have to do this by this time and I have to look like this and I have to... No. This should be a, I'm really excited to commit to myself to trying this new thing. I'm really excited to show myself I can be disciplined. I'm really excited to love myself more by being healthier to myself. It's about framing. I said this in a video a long time ago and it had nothing to do with like fitness. I'll put it here if I can find it. It's that meme of like, I'm not in control, like, great, this is awesome, and I'm not in control, this sucks. It could be the same phrase that you tell yourself, but how you see it matters. So with this, it's the difference if you were to say, I'm about to lock in. The difference between being like, oh, I'm about to lock in versus I'm about to lock in. Be excited about it. Make it fun. Reward yourself at the end of your weeks. Like, what can you do to make this fun? Can you do a point system? Can you do something with your buddy? Like, what can you do to make this exciting for yourself? Because the way that you see it, the way that you frame, not only this, but the rest of your world, the way that you frame your whole self, the life around you is very, very important. Your brain is very, very susceptible to what you tell it, how you tell it, all of those things. Like, we can tell the brain the same sentence, but how we said it is going to affect how the brain stores it, processes it, and utilizes it in our day-to-day life moving forward. Think about you as a child, like if maybe your parent, you came home with like a good test and your parent was like, okay, yeah, I'm proud of you. Versus like, wow, I'm so proud of you. Same sentence, different way to say it, which means it frames differently to your brain. With the first one, if your parent was just like, okay, good, proud of you, your brain probably was like, wow, like this isn't enough. What I do is not enough. The second one of, yes, I'm proud of you, is, wow, when I do good things, I'm seen, I'm valued, I'm appreciated, I'm celebrated. Same sentence, frames differently. And those two children who heard it different ways can go very different paths on how they see themselves, on how they operate with the world. Do not parent yourself that other way. Do not dismiss yourself. Do not devalue yourself. Do not undermine your progress and your goals and your accomplishments, because that will take you down a different path, and it's really hard to unlearn things once your brain has set it in. Once it's set in, it's really hard to crack it and rebuild it. That is my spiel for that. Now, we're gonna get into everything else, but we also have to obviously get into what you're eating. This is when people say you are what you eat. This is very, very important. Some foods are really high in sodium. You should look at that. Sodium is going to hold a lot of that water weight. It's gonna hold a lot of the weight on you in general. It's gonna be really hard to shed that off. So try to cut down your sodium intake. That would be one thing. Another thing, try to, personally, I would say, limit the amount of times you need to constantly be eating meat. You don't have to eat meat all day, every day. I promise, I used to be that way too. You don't have to do that. Try to cut it down. Even 4 days a week would be a cut down from 7. You know what I mean? There are alternatives. I'll put some in the description box. But something that really helped me was just doing like lightweight, airy pastas. I know that pasta usually has like a bad rep, but it really helped me because I was used to eating like greasy, fatty meat meals, and just lightweight pasta, no protein, no extra cheese, no extra nothing, just the pasta itself was super helpful. You could do chickpea pasta, you could do like, there's so many things that you can do. Now, I think probably what your biggest issue is the fact that you probably don't know what to do. That was my biggest issue. I don't know what to eat. I don't know where to get it. I don't know how to cook it. I don't know these things. Cooking seems scary. Cooking seems overwhelming. I get that. First things first is to do your research. See what you're eating and see how it might be affecting your body. Try to look it up on the internet. Google is free. Is X, Y, and Z a good meal? Look up what you're eating and see what the internet tells you about how it's affecting your body. First, that's how you do your research, and just start to learn. Don't be scared to take the leap. Most of us aren't scared of failing. Most of us are scared of trying and failing, right? It's not the failing itself. It's putting yourself out there to try. So what's probably stopping you from doing the research is the fear of, if I try and I cannot figure it out, I will feel worse than just not trying at all. That is a bad habit. You cannot keep doing them. So let's fix that first. Now, sometimes the meal replacements and things like that can be very overwhelming. That was something that was difficult for me. I didn't know what to replace it with. I didn't know what was healthy, what was not, how to cook it, what to do. This is where sometimes getting some help can help you, whether it's through the internet, whether it's through a friend, a family member, maybe your mama knows better things, or maybe it's time for a dietitian. Maybe it's time. And that's something that used to be very like taboo, and people being like, oh, you have to be an athlete to go get a dietitian, you have to do this. No, we all have to eat every single day. You have to eat. So knowing how to eat and how it affects your body is very, very important. And it doesn't have to be expensive. Sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm not getting a dietitian because, you know, that's for rich people. No. Let me tell you how. I'm bringing a resource to you today. So if you wanted a dietitian, but you were worried about the cost or the availability of it or how to do it, the effectiveness of it, you can use Nourish. Before you say anything, let me tell you what my dietitian at Nourish told me, and I'm going to gag you, okay? I had my meeting with my Nourish dietitian. Her name is Julia. She is a queen, 10 out of 10. And I was telling her, even the healthy things that I do have, sometimes I go feel like I need to buy them, like a healthy smoothie or something, even though I know I do have a blender, I have all the resources right here to do it. I just fear that I won't make it the same. And it's what we talked about, trying and failing and not wanting to do that. She told me she will FaceTime me and watch me make that smoothie and let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, how I can make it better. That is accountability. Like that, I want you to understand what a dietitian looks like. The reason I want to talk to you about Nourish is because rather than giving you a quick diet or a quick fad or whatever, it's going to give you lifelong sustainable skills that you can continue to use. It's going to rewire your brain on how it thinks about your relationship with food. Also, you don't need to already have some type of chronic condition or anything like that. This is good to be proactive. Be proactive about your health. Health is wealth. So think about it now so you don't have to think about it later. They have so much. Do you just need them for an accountability partner? Do you need them for some prenatal care? Do you need them for an athletic training meal program? Do you need them for whatever it is? They can be that for you. And I think that is so helpful because this journey can feel so lonely. And although it is you versus you, sometimes having a little extra resource can help that you versus you go better. Signing up only takes 5 minutes. So it doesn't have to be some long drawn out process. You can do this online. Also, you can use your insurance. 94% of people who use Nourish pay $0 out of pocket. Zero. It doesn't have to be expensive. We have to unlearn the things that they've told us about dietitians and that whole process. Beyond just learning new meals, having a dietitian for me has helped me have better sleep, have less stress, which also is difficult when you're in your health journey. So if you're interested, I will put the link right up here. I also have a custom code for y'all, of course, so you can get started immediately. So the link will be up here and also in my description. Go book your appointment today. You won't regret it. Thank you so much to Nourish for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back into it. Okay, y'all. After you replace a lot of your snacks, your meals, the way that you think about food, it's just about your consistency. What you put inside is going to be how you start. After that is what you're doing on the outside. Now, the biggest thing that helped me for my specific goals was the combination of sweat and strength training. The two of those built exactly what I wanted. I feel stronger, I feel lighter, I feel better. Word to everything. Before, I was really focused on strength training. Even in the first picture I showed you, before when I first started working out, I was just really focused on strength training. So I was doing things like Legree. I was trying to do things in the gym here and there. I wasn't really doing much sweating. I was just working on strengthening myself. But sometimes that can get in our way. Honestly, it was like harming my thought process. It was making me feel like, dang, am I making the progress that I thought? Because I wasn't really seeing it. But that was because I wasn't sweating enough. So a lot of that excess weight was still on me and all the muscle was hiding underneath. So you can do the same thing. You can focus on strength training first and then start to sweat and reveal the muscle, or you can do what I'm doing now, of doing them together. So maybe 3 days out the week, I'm strength training, 2 days out the week, I'm sweating. And the sweating doesn't have to be crazy. Just feeling like, okay, my body is fully sweating. This is fine. This doesn't have to cost you a lot. You don't have to go take a class. You don't have to do anything crazy to make yourself sweat. YouTube is free. There are a million bajillion videos that tell you how to basically have hot Pilates at home. Basically how to make yourself sweat easily. Go walk around in a park with a good amount of pace, you will sweat. Promise you that. It's not even, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just cutting out at least like an hour of your day for yourself. Also reframing that. Don't look at it as, oh, I'm cutting out an hour of my day for this chore. I'm cutting out an hour of my day because I have to work out. I have to do this. Rather than, I'm cutting out an hour of my day because I'm grateful that I get to do this. Reframe it so that I'm getting to take this hour out of my day to love on myself, to give some more health and wellness to myself, to pour it into myself, to not worry about taking care of anybody else but myself, as you should. Those are the things that I think you should start to reframe to, because when you think of it as this daunting thing, this chore, it becomes a thing you don't want to do in the day, rather than I can't wait to go work out later today. I'm excited to go pour into myself today. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be a coach. You don't have to be freaking P90X. You don't have to be somebody who knows how to do everything. YouTube is free. Google is free. Just start. You don't have to be the best at something, but you'll never even get close to being the best at something if you never start. 1. And 2, you don't always have to be the best at everything. Sometimes just doing it is enjoyable. I was talking to my boyfriend one time and he was telling me about how a lot of the boys, when they play the football game, they always play on like the hardest level. And I was telling him, why? Why don't you guys just play on like beginner sometimes and just have fun with it? Like, everybody doesn't have to be the absolute best all the time. That's the same thing for you. You don't have to be the best at working out, have the best form, know exactly what you're doing, not give up sometimes, not need to take the most breaks. You don't have to do that. Just do it. Just try it. You don't have to do it perfectly. Doing it at all is much more than you thought you could do. You know? And you'll be surprised how quickly your body responds to just a little bit more effort than you're doing now. You'll more than likely feel more energetic. You'll more than likely feel happier, more endorphins just flowing in your body from just moving it. You'll more than likely feel more inspired, more confident in yourself. You'll build more trust with yourself that you can do not only the scary thing that you thought you couldn't do, but you can do what you said you were going to do. That is really good for building self-trust. That will leak into other areas into your life in a positive way. The next time you're not sure about what decision to make, you'll probably trust yourself more because you've shown yourself you can make decisions and you can trust the decisions that you make. Trust yourself, you'll trust your word. You and your relationship with self will grow. You'll bond with yourself. How cute is that? Biggest thing about all of this is just starting. That's all I'm going to tell you. The biggest thing is just starting, not overexerting yourself. You don't have to work out 7 days a week. You don't have to eat healthy 7 days a week. I don't. Let me be the first one to say, I do not. I had McDonald's today. Like, you don't have to do that all the time. It's just about moderation, consideration, discipline. That's it. Telling yourself no when you want to say yes more often. That doesn't mean telling yourself no all the time. Still exist, still live, you're still a human. Overdoing it will make the process miserable, and you don't have to do that. You'll start to see changes in yourself by just pulling back slightly, by just implementing new things, by switching even one snack out. You will see the difference. The biggest part of all of this is just showing yourself that you can become everything that you thought you couldn't, and you can evolve, and you can love on yourself through all stages. Love yourself through that stage until you get to whatever next stage you're aiming to get to. That is the best way to make this an enjoyable process. That is the best way to do it as quick as possible and as efficient as possible. And that'll make the time go by quicker, so it won't feel like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this forever and seeing no progress. Like, no, it'll feel like, wow, time flew by. I can't believe I got here. I'm with you if you need an accountability partner. Let me know. Talk to me in the comments. DM me. Whatever you need to do, I am here for you. I'm here to cheer you on and root you on and lose my voice for you virtually the same way. If you have questions, comments, or whatever, come talk to me in the comments. Love you guys so much. Good luck. You got this. And I'll see you in the next one.